Prince Harry's recent trip to Canada for Remembrance Day events is creating controversy. Patricia Treble is here with the details, part of this week's Royal Roundup. So what's going on?
This is the story that keeps going and going and going, and it shouldn't. I mean, 2 weeks ago, he was here for the vets, right?
Yes.
That's it. All we're talking about is all the side stuff, the baseball hats and things like that. And now it's that he said that his office said that he had talked to the palace as a courtesy and gave them a heads up about the visit. The palace late last week said, our sources in the palace said, we've asked around, nobody got that email. We were completely caught off guard. On Saturday, he then pushes back and says, nope, we definitely reached out to them. I mean, it's a binary thing, but why are we talking about all this? We should be, it's completely overshadowed what he was here for.
Yeah, and is it incumbent upon Harry to notify the palace when he's doing something like this? Because he's no longer a, quote, working
exactly.
royal.
And what it was this was part of the agreement, right? He wasn't going to surprise the palace and overshadow events. Because remember, William was down at Brazil for Earthshot. This was part of the reconciliation thing. And I'm going to say, I hope they get their act together. I mean, there has to be an email. I sent this off. Thank you. We've got it. Here you go. I mean,
show us the receipts.
Show us.
You send an email.
Show us the money.
Be one out there.
Because he's coming back December 1st. I was Googling last night. I just kind of went, Prince Harry, Toronto. I don't, what else do I have to do on a Sunday night? And he's coming back for the Ontario Real Estate Association's having this big political conference, one-day conference, and he is ending the conference. He's the exclusive conversation. Oh. Hopefully he's told the palace about it.
I was just going to say.
Buckingham Palace, you heard it here. You heard it here first. Okay, you've been notified.
You have been notified.
All right, we also got to talk about last week, Harry and Meghan. They were photographed among a number of A-listers at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. And then those photos, they were later deleted from both Kris's and Kim Kardashian's Instagrams. And there's been a lot of speculation as to why, Patricia.
Exactly. So last week we were talking, and again, this is kind of thing, if they had just let sleeping dogs lie, it would vanish. So remember last week we were talking about the contrast of them going to a glitzy party at the same time Harry's family are honoring the war dead, right? There was just this really sharp contrast. And I guess it was too much for somebody in the Sussex camp. They asked for the photos to be taken down. Then everyone was like, why were they taken down? Sussex camp put out a thing saying, well, they had ticked no on a photo consent form, which I guess if you're in these grand little parties, you do. Almost immediately, the Kardashian camp pushed back and said, there was no photo consent form. So there was nothing to tick off. We took them down because somebody asked us to take them down. And again, they're just keeping the story going. And I'm going to say, when it comes to photos, never get between the Kardashians and PR because they will mow you over. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah. Going to a Kardashian event and hoping that you don't get photographed. And hope that you will be photographed? Yeah. No, that's not the way it works. Okay, we have to talk about, with the release of more Epstein files, this is spelling more trouble for Andrew and Sarah.
Yeah, I just hope they have their news alerts off on their phones. I mean, just, there is a little bit of sympathy for them. The big thing was, do you remember the infamous photo of Andrew with Virginia Giuffre? That was the big thing. He'd always claimed it was fake. In these emails that were released was an email from Jeffrey Epstein saying Andrew posed for the photo. So there you go. And more bad news for Fergie, for Sarah Ferguson. The second children's book, Flora and Fern, I think it's called, has been completely shelved. It was supposed to come out in October and then November, and now it's just been completely pulled from the bookseller system. So not good.
Okay.
All right. Meantime, yesterday, a big day for William and Kate. They celebrated their 15th anniversary of their engagement. And Kate also, over the weekend, releasing her latest seasonal video.
Yeah, this completely snuck up on me. When I saw the videos, I was like, wait a second. It's been 15 years since we saw them come out. They look so happy. That blue dress, the engagement ring, remember?
Right. Her engagement ring is kind of like Diana's,
It
right?
is Diana's.
It is Diana's.
It is Diana's. And I just remember everyone just going, oh my goodness. That date completely snuck up on me, and I was thinking about how much they have changed, how much they have really kind of grown into their royal roles. I mean, she's got this video out. She does these now. The focus is children and mental health. I mean, and that, all these seasonal videos fall into that sort of thing. And William was doing this thing. He likes working behind the scenes, and he was at this tiny little soccer club in Cornwall called Mouse Hole, great name, because they needed a new access road. So he got together a consortium of businesses, they got a new access road, helps the whole area, and it's kind of one of those fun things, you know, he's kicking around a soccer ball because, of course, he's William and he's doing it. And I thought, wow, 15 years.
Okay. All right. 15 years for them, 77 years for the king.
I know. So his birthday was last week. He worked, of course. He went to Wales with Queen Camilla. And I'm going to say, if you're a king, you don't get anything. He got a fabulous cake, but you know what he got? He got an experience birthday. He got to drive an electric LRT train. And I'm going to say the grin on his face, he looked so happy. He was like, he was just so thrilled. He just had this amazing grin. And like the cake was phenomenal.
Look at it there in this reception.
It is quite a spectacular cake. And, you know, there's a choir and everything like that. So.
And here he is driving the train, sorry?
There he is, I think, driving the train, yeah. How do you
you're not supposed to wave. You're supposed to stop for the passengers.
2 hands on the wheel.
Yeah, pick them up.
So I'm going to say that is my fantasy from my childhood. I've always wanted to drive a train.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay,
always wanted to drive a train.
So, you know what? One of my biggest nightmares, if you will, would be to be invited to the king's birthday party and have to get a gift.
Oh.
What do you get the king? Yeah, it's impossible. Yes.
Just do not. Just say, I was thinking of you. I made a donation on your behalf. There you go.
There we are. All right. Patricia Treble, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you this morning.